good? This is Scotty by Nature TV, and you are now tuned in to TTB Entertainment.
दिल लगी कि तेरे दिल को दिल लगी न लगे दिल लगी कि तेरे दिल को दिल लगी न लगे वफाओं की हमसे सबक को नहीं है वफाओं की हमसे सबक को नहीं है
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the panel. And as always, we have Bubs the God, Mike Riggins, myself, the voice of TTB. And today we have a guest co-host, David Matavel, is in the building. Now, on today's show, we have the hair goddess, CEO of House of Mulan, and Season 3 Come Up Atlanta cast member Mulan is in the building. What's going on, Mulan?
Hi.
Hey,
Hey, how you doing?
We good. Now listen, you guys.
Working all over the place.
Listen, you guys, I'm really busy today, so I only have a couple of questions for you, Milan, and then I'm going to drop down, and I'm going to let these three talented fellas carry out the interview, okay? So, Milan,
Okay, great.
when did you realize you were a part of the LGBT community, and at what age did you come out to your friends and family?
Funny because I never really had to come out per se because I was always attracted to both. Like even in like kindergarten, I knew that I liked boys, so I never really had to come out. It's like my mom always knew, and even when I was older, like we never really had the conversation until she met my first boyfriend because it was just like it's understood. So we just never had to talk about it. Like she knew I was gay, I knew I was gay, and she wasn't gonna let nobody mess with me, and it just was what it was.
So your whole family, they accepted you from the jump. Everybody, they were loving, they were supportive.
I wouldn't say from the jump, but yeah, my mama wasn't letting nobody mess with me. So it was just like I'm her child. She loves me regardless. So you're gonna have to deal with it. And it just I didn't have a bad experience like with my mom and me being gay. Like we have a great relationship. So I'm grateful for that because I know a lot of people don't get that from their parents. But I wasn't like disowned by my family or anything. I mean, I had people that were like, they didn't like it, but it's like, oh well, what are you gonna do about it?
Now, where did your love for hair come from?
I honestly don't know. I just always liked playing in hair. Like even when I was younger, I used to play in my aunt's hair, like scratch her scalp, grease her scalp, stuff like that. But it wasn't until I got in like eighth grade that I really started practicing. Like my best friend stayed up the road from me, so I did my first sew in on her, and every single week we used to be doing a different look, and it was like the cheapest hair from the hair. It was probably like $4 a pack. It was synthetic. It was awful, but it was like I mean that was just like where I started. So practicing on her is what got me to where I am today. Like anything I want to try on her, she would let me do it. So I don't know where it came from, but it just came out of nowhere, and I just kind of stuck with it.
It's good to have supportive friends, bitch. Period. How
It
did you
is.
how did you eventually end up doing hair for the popular dance team Dancing Dolls, who are featured on Lifetime TV's hit show Bring It?
Okay, so I used to always go to their competitions before they actually got the show because I mean we're in Mississippi together. They're only like an hour and 15 minutes from where I stayed. So I used to always go to the competition. So I knew some of the parents in passing. I didn't know them, but I knew them in passing. So when they actually got the show, I was in college at the time, and I was in high school when the show started. But when I started doing the hair, I was in college by that time, and I was in class with one of the girls. Her godmom was actually one of the cast members on the show. And so I was at a competition with her, and she was like, "Oh, don't you do hair?" And she was like, "I want you to do my daughter's hair." And I just started doing one of them, and it just like I started doing like by that time I was doing like the whole cast, and it was just like it's still growing. Like I still do them now, and it's like three different cities, so I still do a lot of things with them now. I'm traveling with them now. Like we're in the middle of a Book of Die tour, so we have like I think 12 more cities to go to on the tour. So I'm very grateful for the opportunity, but it really just happened out of nowhere. But it kind of was like meant to be because even when the show first came out, I was like, I'm gonna do their hair one day, and it was just like me talking, not realizing that it was gonna happen, and it's like, okay, I do their hair now, going tour with them. So it was just like, it was nothing but God. So I'm forever grateful for that.
That's what's up. What prompted you to start your own hair company, House of Milan, and especially in such an oversaturated market like the hair industry?
Um, I would say I wanted to put my own brand out there. I was not necessarily tired of using other people's hair or whatever because I still do and I still promote other companies because at the end of the day, if I tag them, they're gonna tag me, so this is more exposure for me. But I still wanted my own brand that I could say this is mine. You know, I supply this for my clients, and I just feel like my hair is the epitome of luxury hair extensions. So if I'm giving my clients the best of the best, then they're gonna shop with me. So I wouldn't say starting my hair company was easy. I actually originally started my hair company in 2019 when I first joined the cast of the show, and it just took me a long time to get everything together. And it was like so much because it was just so much going on. I was trying to film the show. I was actually getting ready to go on tour like right after the show, which is why if you look at season two, I was not in the last two or the last episode because I was on tour. And then I was trying to start my hair company while on tour, which I thought I would have time to do, but I didn't because it was like wake up, we got meet and greet, you got to do 12 people hair, then you got to do the show that night. Then after the show, you're on the bus going to the next city. So I was just like, I don't have time. So I really didn't end up launching until October, way after I had initially planned on doing it. But I think my drive or my passion for giving my clients the best and what I feel is the best is what prompted me to start my own hair company.
Well, congratulations on all of the success. We see you out here shining, baby. We see it.
Thank
We see it.
you.
Now, I'm curious to
You
know
know, it's crazy you say that
why. Why?
because, like, okay, every time that we're filming the show, I never get a lot of what I do on the show. Like the first time we were filming, because you know, season three we filmed twice, filmed two times. And David, I remember you saying this on one of the after shows. He was like, we didn't show much. And so it was like for me, the first time we filmed season three, I was invited to my hair school, which is Aveda Institute in Buckhead, Atlanta, one of the top hair schools in the country. I was invited back to teach a class there. So it was like 150 students. I taught a class there. It was filmed for the show. It was stolen in the equipment. I did some of my clients on camera. It was stolen. So it was like by the time we got ready to refilm, my schedule was set for other stuff because I also do hair for the Alabama State Stingettes. So every weekend while we were filming, I was gone. So I'm really surprised I was even in every episode because I was not there for a lot of stuff. And it was just like the cameras couldn't follow me to Alabama, and I'm doing 16 girls in a matter of like Friday after practice. Now they don't get out of practice like 11 o'clock. So I'm doing their hair till probably 7 o'clock in the morning, right before we get ready to go to the game. So there's no time to film behind the scenes. So it's just like a lot of stuff that I do, people don't get to see, and that kind of like irritates me because I'm like, I want it to be seen, but I never have like I just don't have a chance to show it if that makes sense.
Yeah, well, we see it on your Instagram. Well, at least I see it on your Instagram, so I'm really, really proud of you.
Yeah, thank you.
Now, Milan, I'm curious to know, and I think the viewers who will be watching this are curious to know as well. When did you realize you were a power
Hmm.
bottom? Like, when did you have this epiphany? Like, when did you? I'm
Well,
just
I don't
playing. No,
know.
I'm just playing. I'm just fucking with you. I'm just.
um, right. So
No.
this is yeah. A lot of people say that too. I'm actually not a bottom. I would say I was more so a bottom in high school when I was still finding myself. When I got in college, I realized I don't want to just bottom. So I'm actually versed. But I think my job and me wearing the hair and makeup and all that makes people feel like I'm more of a bottom than I am. But I'm actually not that feminine in person. Like, I mean, of course I have feminine ways, it is what it is. But I think the hair and makeup makes people feel like I'm more of a bottom. But that's how I make my money. So that'll never stop, like ever. I'm never going to stop that. But I'm not a bottom.
Right.
And
Okay.
Mulan, don't take offense to it. I'm not a bottom,
Yes,
and
he is. He's a
TTB
power
calls me
bottom.
a bottom all day. So
David's a power bottom. A big
See,
punch.
I don't take offense to it, but it just be fun. I'm like, why y'all think I'm a bottom? But I get it, but I'm definitely not a bottom.
Bubs is a power bottom too. Everybody's power bottoms up here except for me. So that's
Oh, child,
Okay,
please.
okay. I'm gonna let you think whatever the hell you want to think. Says the
all right.
bitch who doesn't show her face.
All right, I'm about to drop down, but before I go, Milan, I'm gonna ask you a whole bunch of roundup questions, and you have to answer them really, really fast, okay? Like really fast.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Here we go.
All right, I got you.
Wigs,
Fast as I
extensions,
can.
or weaves.
It's almost all the same.
Okay, I don't know. Long or short hair.
You can tell.
It's almost all the same. I personally like long hair better.
Boxers or briefs.
Briefs. I don't like my stuff swinging around in boxes. I need some security.
Text, FaceTime, or phone call.
Do not FaceTime me or call me out of nowhere. If I really like you, you can FaceTime me anytime.
Love and hip hop or Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Olive Garden or Red Lobster.
But if I had to choose, Olive Garden.
Spit or swallow.
You said what now?
Spit or swallow.
Even that depends on the person. That depends on the person. You can't just be out here swallowing everybody. Can't even be out here sucking everybody, honestly.
Okay. Light skinned guys, brown skinned guys, or dark skinned guys?
I will talk to anyone, but I always end up talking to light skinned guys.
Okay. Come Up ATL season 2 or season 3?
Season 2, because that's when it got better.
Okay. Photo shoot or video shoot?
I've actually never done a video shoot, so I would say photo shoot because I feel like I would just be more comfortable. Yeah, definitely photo shoot.
Okay. Now, eggs and bacon, cereal, or oatmeal?
Neither. I'm more of a sausage and waffle type person versus eggs and bacon. Can I say neither? Is that an answer? Or I have to choose one.
That's fine. Paris, London,
Okay.
or New York? Paris, London, or New York?
Paris. I hate New York.
Oh, bitch! Excuse me. Okay. Well, I
hate New York.
I feel like I know you a lot better, so I'm going to drop down and I'm gonna pass it to Mike Riggins. Y'all have a good time.
All right.
Okay.
Hey, Mulan, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. So I'm just going to jump right into show stuff because track took like 10 of my 10 questions. so I'm going to ask you show stuff. So let's just get right into it. Do you really think that the camera equipment was stolen?
And because we had a lot of great. Oh, let me put this bottle down. We had a lot of great content, business wise and like drama wise. So I don't think that Corona would jeopardize the great season we would have had just to say it was stolen for us to have to refilm the shit again. Like, I just don't believe that. So I definitely believe it was stolen. And then he even called me. Like, he called me after it happened, like at the scene with the police where the stuff was thrown in the woods. He sent me a picture of the car door where they actually like were picking at the door. So I just don't feel like he would have done that himself. But what would have been the purpose?
Yeah.
So when people say that it wasn't stolen, I don't understand that.
So I mean, I didn't really follow that story per se, but do you guys know who did it? You don't have to say names, but do you know who did it at this day and time?
No, I don't know who did it. No.
Okay. So what was going through your mind when Anthony was attacked by Pyro?
Oh shit. I felt bad for Anthony
Yeah.
because it's like I know that Anthony is like not that type of person to get into arguments, get into fight. Like I don't fight either, but I mean I'm kind of in the same sense like Anthony because I don't fight. But if you get in my face, put your hands on me, throw something on me, we're gonna fight. I think that's the misconception that people have of people that don't fight. Like think that we're just gonna sit there and get punked out. Like no, you're not gonna put your hands on me and expect me not to hit you back. I don't care if I win or lose. I'm gonna fight your ass back.
Yeah.
So I felt bad for Anthony. Like if you look at the scene, like I was outside wiping him down. You know, I was like, "Are you okay?" You know, because I didn't have any issues with Anthony, so I felt bad for him. You know, same way like with the situation with Dion. You know, me and him weren't cool the whole season, but when it happened to him, I went right to his side. I was like, "Are you okay?" Because that was, you know, wrong is wrong.
Yeah.
So,
But
yeah, I felt bad for Anthony.
with them both, they may not be fighters, but they can hold their own when it comes to them words, though. Like they will give it to you.
Yeah, and Anthony is very mouthy, but very
Yeah.
slick with it, but
Yeah.
very mouthy.
Yeah.
And I think it's crazy. His cuts a little bit deeper than Dion's, but you don't see Anthony's a lot, but he'll definitely get you together.
Yeah, because it's the way he said it, and it's so like uptight with it, and it's just like gets to you. Whereas Dion is more ghetto and flamboyant, so we're used to that. But when you're just sitting there
Not
like
ghetto.
listening, like so. But do you feel like the show
He'd be
benefits your brand?
like a bougie read.
Yeah, it's like a bougie read, and it gets to you because it's like bitch. But yeah, do you feel like the show benefits your brand, or does it like decline it in a sense because of all the drama surrounding it?
Honestly, I would say season 2, it did not really benefit my brand because I was still building my brand in a sense. Like, of course, everybody knew I did hair, but I didn't have like my hair company to promote and push things like that. But as far as like this season, I definitely feel like it helped my brand. But even last season, it would be people that would order something and would put in the notes like, "Oh, I watch you on the show." Which is always crazy to me because I'm like, don't nobody watch this show. Like, don't nobody know me from this show, but it's really, you will be surprised how many people actually watch the show.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it definitely has helped. I would say season 3 helped better than season 2.
Yeah. Yeah. So do you feel like you can do other reality shows like maybe G Status ATL or not the come up, you want to come up, On the Way Up or Chasing? I see you as more of like a chasing girl as you get older. Like more of a chasing girl because it's more established, more, Would you ever
If I
consider?
was to be on another show, no. But if I was to be on another show, it would be Chasing Atlanta.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, I'm happy where I am, and I think that people don't understand like my love for the show is just different because I just I love Karan, I love what he's doing, I love the show. So there's been a lot of times where I have like say like, okay, I feel like we should do this because it's gonna help us go to this level. So like I feel like me being on the show isn't just, oh, I want to be on the show, I want to be seen. I actually love being on the show. So I want the best for the show. So it's not my choice to return, but I'm not going to decline it unless I'm just absolutely overdoing the show, if that makes sense.
What you mean return to the come up?
Like, yeah, like how when we come back for the next season, it's not up to us. Like we have to be
child,
asked
you
to come
coming
back.
back,
I can't just
child.
say,
You
"Oh,
coming
I'm
back,
coming
child.
back."
You coming back.
No, I'm just
You
saying, like
coming
in
back.
general, though. Like
No,
I'm
yeah,
just
the
like in
producers have to
general.
decide.
Like,
Yeah, I get it. Yeah. So would you do?
so as long as I'm asked to come back,
You'll be back. So get your wigs ready. You're coming.
Yes.
If you guys are already not
okay,
filming, he do like 5 shows in 1 month. So But like,
we're not filming yet.
would you do the retreat, like the RCB retreat? Would you ever do the retreat?
I honestly, okay, I'll be honest. I've never watched it.
Okay.
But isn't it like for people that are like have like a lot of issues, perhaps? Would that be like the sense of the show in a way?
I mean, no shade. All y'all reality shows,
It's not.
girls got
I mean, because
issues,
I've
but,
just never watched.
It's. I mean, you can say that,
Would
but
I
it's for the
do
girls
it?
like to start stuff and whatever. But you like to spread tea, so I feel like that's
The only
something you can
thing
go and work
is,
on.
I listen. We'll get into that later. I don't start stuff though. I don't think I could do the retreat. If I did, I mean, I feel like I always go into every season of the show thinking in my head like I'm not gonna get in any drama. I'm gonna be cool with everybody. Like that'd be my goal, and it never works out that way. Like I said that season 2, and it was like by the 3rd week of filming, I was getting into it with Dion. I said that season 3. The first time we were filming and I was getting into it with someone else who's not on the show. And then even when we filmed again, I was getting into it again. So I was just like, damn, at this point, it's going to happen. So
Yeah.
I can't ignore
Yeah.
it.
I mean, it's what you sign up for anyway. And then it's a group of personalities. Like, how could you not?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, in a sense,
So,
it is what you sign up for
so
to get
speaking
into some shit.
of being involved in stuff, did you really sleep with Leon? And if you did, was it good or was it good? And then here's the last part.
Oh
Did you
God.
spit or did you swallow? Because you say it depends on the person. So you let him hit. So obviously, did you spit or did you swallow?
Well, okay, so that's number one. Me and Leon never fucked.
Okay.
We never did that. We did other things. We did not
Fellatio. Okay.
penetrate.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, for me, that whole situation coming up was pointless because it happened in high school.
Okay.
2015, 2016, and you're comparing that to something that you did a few months ago. It's not the same. Years and months is a big gap. So
Right.
for me, my point in getting mad with him, I was like, why are y'all trying to bring this up and this happened in high school to overshadow what he did a few months ago?
Yeah. So were you guys talking or was just something that just happened?
Leon and I can't say too much because we spoke on a lot of it at the reunion,
Okay.
like broke down a lot of it.
Okay.
But we knew each other for like years. We started communicating. It was probably like 8th or 9th grade. So I knew him my whole years in high school, but we never met until I was in like 11th grade because he stayed like an hour and a half, 2 hours away from me.
Okay.
So it wasn't like he was up the street and we were just, going at it all day long for years. Like it wasn't like that.
Right. Okay, so here's my last question. I'm gonna pass it to Bubs. What does me, Bubs, and David have to
Okay.
do to get a wig for trap?
Please.
Please let us know.
You said a what?
What do me, Bubs, and David
Oh,
have to
a
do to get a wig
wig
for for trap? Yeah.
Okay, so what you can do is you can go
Now,
to
bitch, hold up, bitch. Wait a minute. First of all, I wear fucked up wigs on purpose. That's
I
number
know.
one.
I
You
know.
sure, bitch? At this point, you
It's
sure?
definitely on purpose. I feel like it makes the shit more funny.
No, it do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
definitely funny.
How
Yeah.
dare you, hoes? Let me drop back down. Oh my god.
It's definitely funny. So if you want to get a wig from him, you can go to houseofmalone.com and you can just purchase one. And if you don't want to pay in full, we have payment plans available. So,
Nah, the girls
whichever
need to pay
option
in full,
is
honey.
good for
The girls need to
you.
pay in full, honey.
Well, look, either
Okay.
way it goes, it's on houseofmalone.com.
But I thank you. That's all my questions because, like I said, Trap touched on some of the things I wanted to talk about. So I'm going to pass it to Bubs. But you're so sweet. Thank you, though.
What's going on,
Thank you.
Mulan? Hello, how are you?
Hi.
You good?
I'm doing great. Look,
That's
don't talk
good.
shit about my clothes today.
Whoo, because that is one of the questions I have, but that's okay. Let's just go ahead and get into the question. I'm just playing. Now, these first two questions, before I ask them, I want to let you know that I want you to answer these only if you are comfortable. If you're not, just say, I don't want to answer and we'll move on, okay? Because I want to respect you. But you did say some
Okay.
things on the show that kind of caught my
Right.
attention. So, my first question.
Okay.
On episode 6, during Pyro's event, you and Quay paired up to talk to your childhood selves. You shared a few things that kind of stood out to me. Firstly, you stated that it's okay to be yourself. It is okay to be gay. Don't take everything that your family might say to heart because they don't understand who you are. Like, I think you kind of answered it earlier when you said that you and your mom, like your relationship and the majority of your family, I guess, is pretty good. But I guess before that happened, like the transition there, what did that dynamic with your family look like in reference to your sexuality in the beginning?
It was more so a lot of don't do this, don't do that. You're not supposed to be like this, or you'll go to hell type conversations. Some of it I honestly cannot remember because it was more when I was younger, and it would sometimes be things that were said behind the scenes that later on my mom would tell me, "Oh, this person said this." And I know it was one time, I won't say which family member it was, but I was going somewhere and she was like, "Oh, well, don't be up there acting gay and all that." So it was just like little stuff like that. Yeah, it wasn't a lot of super deep things, but it still was things that I feel like as a child you shouldn't say to me, regardless of me being gay or not, because I'm still a child. Like I was a young age, and I'm like, you're supposed to be my family. I look up to you, I love you, I stay with you. So it's just like, how could you say this to me, and I'm supposed to be your own flesh and blood?
Right. Okay.
Did I answer your question, or
Yes,
did
you
I kind of
did.
like skip over it?
No. You
Okay.
did. I appreciate it. Thank you. You also shared your confessional in that episode later on. about your previous relationship where you chose to overlook the red flags because you didn't want to be alone. You then further shared that
Right.
after you guys broke up, you discovered that you had contracted an STI. Now, because of that experience, do you find it more difficult to trust people, like romantically, platonically? Like, is the trust, is it harder for them to gain your trust now because of that?
Uh, yeah. So this is like I've been through a lot of situations where I feel like it's hard for people to gain my trust because it's been a situation like in my work life, with my business, with someone that was close to me, and then it's like with the relationship. So
Right.
it definitely has tarnished, how I feel about certain things because it's like, what are your intentions? And I think
Right.
I just look at stuff. I overthink stuff now. Like I overthink way more just because I'm like, what are you doing? Or like, who are you texting? Why is your phone going off late at night? So it's like it does kind of mess with you, but I kind of like try to overlook it. Just I'm trying to get my words right.
It's okay. Take
I
your time.
overlook it unless I have to look into it. If that does that make
I
sense? So
got you.
I overlook certain things now unless it's like, okay, this is why you really need to look through his phone or like ask questions. Like if the opportunity presents itself, like I'm not gonna just act crazy just because of a past situation. Like, oh, your phone went
Right.
wrong or somebody texts you, so let me just go off. Like, no, let me just calm down unless I feel like you're hiding a text message, or,
Hmm.
some shit like that. But it definitely messed with my trust, like completely,
Okay.
when it comes to like relationships and dealing with people and all that.
Okay. So let me ask you this. So let's say, for example, hypothetically speaking, you attract someone into your life and like with every contradiction that you might be trying to look for or whatever, even though you're trying to ignore, but it's still there. It's like truth is ringing in everything that they do. So let's say you attract somebody who is completely open, completely honest, all that type of stuff, and was completely different from the experiences that you've had previously. Do you think it will be hard to trust that person too? Would you be scared to trust them?
Like if they're,
If they're doing everything good, they
um,
showing up, they giving you mental, emotional, spiritual, physical, sometimes financial support. They're there for you. Like this is could literally be the man of your dreams. Would you be afraid of him? Would you feel like that's
mhm,
too good to be true? Would you feel like, oh, there's something to you?
probably.
Like you trying to play me? What's up? Like, come on now.
um, I probably would be because I'm just so guarded in so many
Right.
ways, and I'm trying to not be so guarded, which was my reason for joining the show because like I didn't have a lot of gay friends, like I didn't hang with gays, so I think I definitely would probably still kind of side eye like, you know, what are you doing? Like
Right.
you doing too? It's like I don't know. It's like you might be doing too much. I need like probably like a happy medium. I don't know. It's crazy. It's hard to explain, but
Right.
it honestly depends on the person because if I feel the same way, then it could be a match meant to be versus one sided situation. Because what you just said, I've never had any of that.
Hmm.
No,
We'll just
so
say
that would be
not yet.
something new to me.
Yeah, not yet. It's gonna come, but you know what I'm saying. You gonna do it. But I appreciate your honesty for that. Now on the flip side, how does it feel to have viewers, supporters, etc., like validate the fact that you are amazingly talented, like touring with the Dancing Dolls, having a successful hair company, like Trap said, amongst a sea of all these other ones, going viral on TikTok. Like, how does it feel to be like, I'm actually showing up, like what I'm doing is actually out there?
Um, it feels great, honestly, because sometimes I second guess myself a lot. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'll post a video and I'll be like, yeah, I don't like it, and I'll delete it. And then I post it and leave it, and then like it'll be the end of the video that end up going viral because the video that did go viral on the episode, I think it was on the finale episode with it got
Mm-hmm.
like 4.5 million views. I deleted it like 3 times because I was like, ain't nobody gonna like this shit. And now it's like one of my top selling wigs. And so when I see that, it kind of like it makes me feel like okay, I'm going in the right direction as far as like what I'm doing, everything that I'm doing, but I still need to go further. Like there's still always a step more that I can do. And I
Right.
always feel like I feel like I'm my hardest critic. Like when I look at my work, I'm like, I like it, but you could do better.
Right.
So I don't know. I think it's just something that's in me. That's like I want to be better than the last. But it's very a very good feeling because it's like you and your friends and your family nine times out of 10, I'm always going to support your work and be like, oh, it looks good. You know, I love it. But to see it from like thousands of people that you don't know and you know that they don't know you is just like a different level of awe. Like, it's like, damn, okay, it really is good if all these people that don't know me at all are seeing it. So I love it. It's humbling though. It's like, damn, I like it though.
Good, good, good. And you staying booked and busy, so we always proud about that.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm in the car right now because I'm working.
okay, ain't nothing wrong with that. We love it. We love to see it. During the season finale, Dion stated how surprised he was when you and him became really good friends. So my question to you is like, what happened, the situation, I guess, between the both of y'all that transformed your relationship into a more positive one?
Okay, so if you go to let's see, episode season 2, the second to the last episode where Dion and I were outside on a little beach, we had our conversation. We're like, oh well, all of this drama was for nothing. You know, we're gonna leave it here. We're not gonna talk about it. We're gonna move on, basically.
Right.
So from that moment when we stopped filming season 2, he used to always text me, and I just be like, "Why is this boy calling me?" Like because we didn't talk like this. I was like, "Look, the camera's not here. We don't have to talk to each other." So
Right.
for a while, he was just always calling me. But then it was like, okay, I actually kind of like Dion off camera, so I started calling him. So now it's like me and Dion be on the phone almost every day for like
Mhm.
2-3 hours at a time. So
Right.
even when it came to us filming season 3, when everybody was questioning our friendship, I was like, y'all have to think we took a 2-year break from filming the show, but we didn't take a 2-year break from talking to each other. Like we
Right.
still been talking this whole time. So we're real friends in real life. And like how we talk to each other on the show, how I say slick stuff and how he say slick stuff, that's how we talk all the time. So people always be like, "Oh, I don't feel like Mulan is Dion's real friend." No, bitch, that's just how we talk. So it
Right.
is what it is. Like we know we good. So it doesn't the comments don't bother us in that aspect of our friendship. But it is funny how our friendship always is the friendship that gets questioned. It's been
Right.
2 years.
And I think that you guys need your own spinoff show. I need you, Deanna, to have a spinoff show. I feel like that shit
You
would be
think we need a spinoff
hilarious.
show?
Yes, please, Karan,
I
do
saw
something.
somebody say from the scene from the finale it should be me, Quay, and Dion.
I'll watch. I'll watch.
But see, I talked to Quay outside the show as well. Like he was just at my house the other day when we watched the finale together.
It's like you can
So it's
also
like certain
tell
people
when
I
you
have
look.
relationships outside the show.
It's like when you look on screen, you can kind of tell who actually have genuine friendships. It's very easy and obvious to see.
Yeah.
Very obvious to see. So like after watching this entire season, who do you believe has shown the most growth on the show and why?
I would say Anthony,
Okay.
because every other scene Anthony was working. You know, he
Right.
was putting his makeup out there. He had his clients on the show. You know, I feel like Anthony came in as the first year, first time on the show, and he did what he was supposed to do. You know, he didn't let nobody run over him. He showed his business. He showed what he was doing. So I feel like Anthony showed the most growth to me.
Okay.
But I also, okay, can I pick 2 people?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I'm gonna stop because this is gonna be one. I'm gonna do
Go ahead. Go
Anthony.
ahead. Okay.
I'm saying
Look,
Anthony.
I'm just flowing. Okay. So who do you believe has shown little to no growth on the show and why?
I'm not gonna answer that one. Can I pass that one?
Yes, you can
Not
pass that
start
one.
no
Yes, you can.
shit.
You can pass that one. Okay, I got 3 more questions.
Look, DM me and we'll chat about it later.
Okay, hey, look, I'm with it. I'm with it. Looking in retrospect, what have you learned about yourself this season?
I have learned that I can sometimes come off as a bitch, and I have learned that I am very sarcastic.
Mhm.
But honestly, that's just my personality. I just don't think that people saw that season 2. So coming into season 3, them seeing me be more outspoken and X, Y, and Z, they feel like it's not me. But in all actuality, you can ask Karan, you can ask Deanne, Quay, Chris from last season. That's honestly how I act. That's how I used to act last season off camera. And Karan would come to me and put me to the side. He'd be like, "Why don't you act like this on camera?" I'd be like, "Because I don't know these bitches." Like, I was new to the whole group. I was like, I don't know nobody. They don't need to see my whole personality. But it's like now you see I'm comfortable with Quay. I'm comfortable with Dion.
Right.
So it's like they see a different side of me. They see the side of me that's on and off camera. But it's because it's like you can't give everybody your whole self when you first meet them. Like, you know, you can't. I
Understand.
can't give you all of my energy. I can't give you all of me because I don't know you. Like, even though we're cool, we're filming the show together. But it's like I don't have to be 100% me because I don't know you 100%. If that makes sense.
Right. Right. That definitely makes sense. Definitely makes sense. Okay. Here comes that question that she was talking about. Where does your love for sheer ass shit come from?
You know, okay, let me see. So when I was
Ah,
younger, I'm gonna say younger, but I was like 18, 19. I used to
mhm.
be like really insecure.
Okay,
Okay, so quick
okay.
question. You might have to edit this out. Do I need to move my car because of the sun coming in the back?
Mm-mm. You're like the
That's
Lord is
fine.
supporting everything you saying. You good?
Okay, great. So let me start over. Okay, so going back to when I was younger, I used to be very insecure about how I looked. So that's why like I got my body done, I got my teeth done because I just didn't like how I looked. So I wanted to
Okay.
change how I look. And at first I will say it honestly was not for me, which was like
Mhm.
the bad side of it. Well, it wasn't bad, but it was just like I wasn't changing my body for me. I was
Right.
changing it for how people would see me.
Right.
So getting surgery, like I got my body done when I was 19 years old. Like 19. I
Okay.
got my teeth done when I was 20 before it got popular, like veneers.
Mhm.
So it's just like I wanted to make myself look good and presentable because it was just my own insecurities. So it's
Right.
like now I'm like, okay, I look good. So any chance that I get, I'm going to probably wear something lace or see through.
Okay.
But I have calmed down a little bit. So yeah, I'm putting
I
on
mean,
clothes now. You know, it's
we
getting a little
we
chilly.
wasn't
So
complaining about it. We wasn't thinking like it was a bad thing. I was just wondering like the choices of it. I was just like, oh, this is very interesting. You and Dion, y'all share the same thing. So
now see Dion be copying me. Cause he'll text me, he'll be like, "Which one for green?" I'm like, "Oh, bitch, I'm ready." He's like, "Okay, I'm gonna get something like that too." And it's like, "Bitch, no, get your own shit."
no, you
I
be
can't say
looking
if I
good.
come back
Dion
next
be
season.
looking
I'm
like a
not.
vampire sometimes, an old vampire, but that's all
Oh
right.
my god,
Okay. And the last
anything
question:
lace next season?
you and Messiah, who would win in a twerk off? Inquiring minds want to know.
Sorry, because I don't twerk.
What? You don't? Damn. Okay.
Like
All right.
when I
That's my
used to
last.
dance, because I was actually a dance major, so I used to do like majorette style, kind of like what the dancing dolls do.
Right.
Or like how the Alabama State Stingettes dance. I used to dance like that. I never twerked or any of that. So he would definitely win because I can't twerk.
Okay, I got you. Okay, cool. I was just saying, inquiring minds wanted to know. That's all. But thank you so much. I really appreciate this opportunity. And I'm gonna pass it on over to
Thank
my brother
you,
David. Go ahead and do your thing,
Mr.
man.
David.
Hello,
Yes.
Milan. What's going on? How you feeling?
Hi, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm
I'm
doing good.
good. How are you?
I'm well. I'm well. Thank you. Okay, so you do the dancing dolls hair. We know this about you. Now,
Mm-hmm.
let's say this is going to be kind of a weird question, but let's say you're doing someone's hair, you burn your finger becomes infected. All of a sudden, you got to get your hands amputated. Now they have this
Uh-uh.
surgery. They have this surgery. You can replace your hands with animals. What animals would you choose?
Oh God. A damn monkey because he got all the hands and fingers that I would need.
Okay, two
He
monkeys.
has. Do they have five? They have five, huh?
Yeah, yeah,
Five fingers.
yeah. They
A
got five fingers.
monkey. I'm not gonna be walking around with no damn hoops on my hand. I need to do some shit where I can go back to work. A monkey.
Okay, okay, two monkeys. Okay. Now they say like something that's beautiful is not beautiful because it lasts forever. With that in mind, what is some of like your favorite moments from the couple of seasons that you were on?
Hmm. Okay, so season two, I would say meeting Chris and Quay because I love them. Season three, I would say any scene that I'm in, I love it.
Okay, okay. Now we've had a couple conversations before, and I've asked you that question before, like, hey, what's your
Yeah,
favorite
yeah.
scene? And you say, hey, any season that I mean, any scene that I'm in. So I would think the same thing
Yep.
applies to who's the best dressed. You probably say yourself. But if you could
Oh
pick a number two, who would you
no,
say? No?
I'm not gonna pick me as number one because honestly, a lot of the times, like I'm just not really getting into fashion stuff, so I really can't dress like that. If you want to be completely honest, I wear all black all the time because when I was in hair school for a year, we used to wear all black. So so I have on black now. I got so used to wearing that black with a little pop of color, so I really feel like I honestly cannot dress. Best dress I would say goes to Anthony. Anthony always comes in cute outfits, and who else? Anthony and I'll even say Messiah. Messiah is always dressed cute to me as well. So I would say Anthony and Messiah. You can pick who's number one and number two. I'm definitely at the end of the line because I just put on what I think is cute. And it might not be cute to everybody. You know, it is what it is.
Okay, okay. Let's see. So, who are your biggest influences? If you could pick maybe three people, who are your biggest influence? Doesn't matter, celebrity or
Like,
family. Doesn't even matter.
okay, so number one, my mom. Do you want me to explain why or just like pick them?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, please elaborate.
Okay, so I would say my mom because my mom has always pushed me in anything that I've ever done, like regardless of when I was dancing in high school, I was, going to college to do hair. I mean, not going to college to dance because was a dance major. From, dropping out of college, going back, moving in with my mom, moving to Atlanta to go to hair school. Like, she's just always been there for me. And then I've watched my mom do things as a single mother, so I've always watched her work hard to make sure that we wanted for nothing. I didn't grow up without anything that I didn't want. I was very spoiled. And so I would definitely say my mom is number one. Number two, my grandmother for the same reasons. And number three would be my granddad for the same reasons because my grandparents actually adopted me because my dad was not there. So to help my mom, my grandparents adopted me. So those are the top three people that influenced me in my life for many different reasons.
Okay. All right. Nice. Kind of another weird question. If you could be any dessert, what dessert would you be?
If I could be any dessert, I would be a salted caramel cheesecake from the Cheesecake Factory, or I would be a chocolate molten lava cake with vanilla bean ice cream on top and chocolate and caramel drizzle.
Okay. Okay. Nice. Those are both very
My
delicious.
two favorite desserts.
Nice. Okay. Let's see. What message would you want to leave to your fans? And then inversely, what message would you want to leave to your haters?
I'll start with the haters first. I don't give a damn. I feel like if you don't have haters, then you're not doing anything right because there's always going to be someone that doesn't like you for absolutely no reason. And, I'm 100% sure there are a lot of people that don't like me on the show, and I'm 100% sure that I don't give a damn. So that's for the haters. For my fans, do I have fans?
You got fans. I'm a fan.
So listen, this is the thing. Like when I watch the show, I read the comments, but I don't really look too deep into the comments because sometimes, like, I feel like this season the comments were like very vicious for whatever reason. So I read them, but it was like, let me just skim, and if somebody say something crazy, that's when I'm gonna respond. So if it was a lot of love, I probably did not pay much attention to it. But I'm very grateful because it's hard to be liked on these shows, and it's hard to be vulnerable and show who you really are. And I feel like as the seasons go on, you'll see more of that, like who I am on and off camera. But I'm very grateful for all the fans, for everyone that watches the show. Yeah, I do this for y'all because I'll be over it. After the second week of filming, I'll be like, all right, let's wrap it up. I'm ready to go. Y'all getting on my nerves. Because, like, it gets draining sometimes. I don't think people understand that. Like, filming these shows is draining, and especially when you have a schedule like mine and Judy and Anthony. Like, we're working with clients, and especially when you start working with celebrity clients, it's like they want you to come at the drop of a dime, and it's like I'm trying to film the show because I'm obligated to this, but also this is my career. So it's like I'll be stressed out a lot of times. That's why a lot of the times if you see me at the scenes, I'm looking tired and sleepy because I probably just got off work. Hell, I'm tired. But I love everyone that watches the show, and I love everyone that tunes in, good or bad, because at the end of the day, you're supporting the show in some way, whether it's for me or for another cast member. So I love it.
All right. All right. Now, I don't know if Mulan is your what do they call it, like biological or the name
No.
you're giving it? Okay, so where did the name Mulan come from?
So I actually did not make it up. My friend made it up because my like hair name in a sense used to be like I am her stylist. And she was like, that's just not work because she's a celebrity hairstylist. She was like my mentor. She was like, that's just not working. You're gonna have to come up with something else, something that's catchy. So I was like, well, girl, you come up with this. So she was like, okay, I like Mulan. I was like, huh? She was like, Mulan, like Mulan. I was just like, girl, I don't like that shit. And she was like, I love it. She's like, oh, who did your hair? Oh, adore Mulan. I was like, you know what? I like it now. So
Nice.
yeah, Mulan was born.
Okay,
It's not my real
nice.
name.
You got to keep that friend around. Hopefully, you guys are still good friends. Let's see. So,
Oh no,
what
we're
are some
still
of
really close.
nice? That's beautiful. What are some of your favorite movies? say you're sitting at home and you can rewatch this movie. It's a Sunday night. It's snowing outside, or it's, if since you're in Atlanta, it's just not super warm. You're gonna cuddle up with a friend, maybe grab some popcorn. What movies are you guys gonna watch? Maybe like three movies you would love to watch.
If I'm being honest, I can watch any movie, action,
Okay.
horror, any of that. I'm more of a TV show type person, to be honest. Like I will sit up and watch Family Guy, Bob's Burgers, American Dad, and goddamn Real Housewives of Atlanta repeatedly nonstop and bring it because I'm more of a TV show person.
Okay.
I get so into shows, movies. It's a lot of I can't narrow down 3 movies.
Well, how about TV? What TV
I do
shows
watch-
are
I
you
like-
watching now?
What am I watching now? Shit. Okay, I can't go look at my stuff and see. It's this new show on Netflix. Selling Sunset and Selling Tampa. I watched
Okay.
those. I actually started watching Tampa first, and then I was like, okay, let me go see what the other girls are doing. And I actually love Selling Sunset as well. So I was like, okay, this is it. I just like watching bougie upper echelon type stuff because I'm like, okay, this is gonna be my life one day, so let me just get ready for it. Another show I'm watching, I used to love, but it's gone off. The Have and Have Nots.
Okay.
Tyler Perry.
Yeah.
Sickening. Love it. Candace was my girl. I feel like, in some ways I can be Candace. But yeah, I'm more of a TV show person. And I love adult animation as well, like Rick and Morty, like I said, Family Guy, American Dad. It just depends. It depends on my mood. But I watch a TV show before I watch a movie.
Okay. Looks like Bob wants to jump in.
Yeah, I was going to say something
No,
real
go
quick.
for it, man. Please.
You ain't watching Euphoria?
Oh my God. Every time I get on TikTok, I see a video about Euphoria, or when I'm on
You
Twitter,
need to get into
I see
Euphoria,
clips of
honestly. I'm just
Euphoria,
saying.
and
I just had to say that.
I'm like, is this porn or is this like a real show? I might get into it, but it's like I tried to watch it one time, but I couldn't get into the first episode, so I stopped watching.
Understandable.
I
I was just surprised. I just wanted to know. That's all. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm a
I know
Frankie
you-
and Grace kind of guy. I'm not gonna lie. So if you've never seen that show, it's kind of funny. You check it out.
Never
It's
heard
on
of
Netflix. But so I want to ask you. So you're doing a lot of stuff. You're doing this celebrities here. You're filming the show. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
If I'm being honest, in 5 years, I do not see myself on the show anymore. I see me in a house. I want to buy a house. I see me working on more TV shows because I'm actually working on a new TV show. Well, it's actually done now. It was filmed in Miami. It was called $1 Million Hustle. So it's actually my client Diana from Bring It is on a new TV show, but it's on Lifetime. So I'm working on that show. So I actually want to keep working in the reality TV world because that's just something I love. I love doing green screens, like the behind the scenes of it, the photo shoots. Like I love that. In 5 years, I see myself either engaged or married. I'm gonna claim it now.
Okay.
But I do see myself off the show.
Okay.
And I'll say off the show because I'll be 30. So it's like, am I still gonna be wanting to sit up here on YouTube and argue with y'all bitches all day at 30? I don't think so. So maybe like 28, 29 is where I'll end it. But 30, it'll have to be like really helping me. For me to stay on the show at 30. Like not bashing Karan, because like I said, I love the show, I love Karan, but it's like for me, if I'm still on this show at 30 years old, I'm getting orders like 15, 20, 30 orders per episode. That's the only way.
And getting an executive producer credit or something.
Well, I have a producer credit for next season.
Nice. Okay. So you say you wouldn't be on this show. So I'm assuming you're talking about the come up. So with that in mind, would you be on any other reality show?
Like YouTube or like if like a network type show.
I mean, whatever. Let's say someone on VH1 wanted to put you on a reality show. You joining Netflix? You joining?
Yes,
You signing the contract?
I'm doing it. Netflix, yeah, because I'm getting paid.
Okay. Nice.
Like I'm getting paid. So I'm getting paid to argue with you. Send me my money. I'm not gonna be in no shade now. There's no shade. I'm not gonna be 30 plus arguing with you on YouTube, arguing with 20-year-olds on YouTube for free. I just can't do that. I can't do it. So run me the check. If VH1 and Netflix or whoever is signing me over,
Yeah.
I'll see y'all later. It was great Gemini Films, but I'm going on over here.
You got to check a bag. Okay. So
listen.
you say you see yourself married in 5 years. So what kind of guys are you typically attracted to?
Okay,
Generally speaking, this is a guy out of your dream.
Why I'm always attracted to light-skinned boys with tattoos and stuff. They don't have to be like all over his neck or anything, but light-skinned with tattoos is generally just like my first boyfriend was light-skinned with tattoos. So it's just like, I don't know, it's just be something about light skins. But I like brown skin and dark skin guys as well. I have just never dated one on that level.
Okay.
So I don't necessarily have a type. If that makes sense, it's kind of more so like if I like you, like your personality, how you treat me, how you treat your family and friends, because that is something like how you treat your family and friends is just a reflection of how you would treat me. So I just look at different things when it comes to me dating.
Okay. Now, what if that person doesn't have a lot of family or a lot of friends? Let's say he doesn't have a lot of friends. I'm a guy that doesn't have a lot of friends. I
know that's fine because I don't have a lot of friends either. Like that's perfectly fine. But it still depends on like how you treat the two that you have. If you treat them like shit, then I might not need to be around you because you're gonna treat me like shit.
Right. Okay. What are some things that you loved about how you were portrayed in the show? And then what is some things that you maybe didn't like so much about how you were portrayed per se?
That's the thing. I wouldn't say I was portrayed in a bad way because I think this is what people forget. Like, you can't portray me in a negative light if I don't act in a negative light. So if I don't give you that, you don't have it to edit. So I don't feel like I was portrayed in any bad way. The only thing that I can say looked bad on my part was the wig party because it looks like from watching a TV show, the dramatic music, stuff is cut out. It looks set up. So I said, I told Karan, like even when it happened, I was like, I know I'm gonna look bad when this airs, but I didn't blame Karan because that was on me. Like I never blame production for anything that goes on in the show because I'm grown. Like what I say out my mouth and what I do is on me. It's not on production. No one on this show can come to me and say, "Oh well, Mulan, we want you to say X, Y, and Z," and it's gonna happen. There have only been one time on this show, which was actually this season, when I told Dion the situation that happened with Messiah. It was the only time that I was produced and I said something that they wanted me to say, and it wasn't even Karan. It was another camera guy.
Okay. So who was your favorite castmate or castmates?
Dion and Quay.
Okay. Why?
I don't have anything against Judy, Messiah, and Anthony. It's like we have a friendship outside the show. So it's like when we come together, it's like it's nothing. Like our scenes are so natural. Like it just flows. It comes out. Like we don't have no issues.
Okay.
It's always a good time when we were together. So I love it.
Okay. Were there any moments? I'm sorry. Were there any moments during filming that you kind of look back and you say, "Wow, I wish I would have maybe showcased this more in this scene," or maybe I wish I wouldn't have.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like give us some.
I would just say like my business stuff. I think I said that earlier. Just I wish I could have shown more business stuff, but I mean, under the circumstances, I couldn't because it was just like, what could I do about the camera equipment being taken? But it was like, I don't want it to be repetitive where it's like I'm not really showing what I'm doing because season 2, I didn't show much because I actually had filmed I think it was like my photo shoot for my hair company, but it just didn't make the episode. And then, I was going on tour, so I had like music production guys and things like that, but we couldn't film that. So it was like, then I was going on tour. We couldn't film that either. So it was just like, I didn't get to, it's like, I feel like it's like 2 seasons in and I haven't shown nothing. But it's like, y'all still know what I do. But I do feel like I'm glad that I showed more of my personality this season. So it's like, you're still getting something out of me. It's not like I'm just coming in. Because had I came in this season and was how I was last season, quiet and didn't want to say nothing, I would probably not be even thought about coming back for season 4.
Okay.
Yeah. I just wish I was to show more of my work life.
Okay. Now, since being on the reality TV show, do people recognize you in the streets?
Yeah, so that's the thing where it goes back to what I was talking to Bubs. I was like, For me, I just be like, don't nobody watch this show, even though it gets views. I'm like, nobody in Atlanta watches this show. So it was like, even from season 2, when I was still, on Jack and shit like that, folks would DM me and be like, oh, you that boy from the show, delete, don't worry about it. No, because I need you to know me. Like, it's just like, damn, you can't, even if you want to be a hoe in private, you can't be one because people know you. But it was like from, when was this? This was the day before the reunion. I didn't have my hair braided. I was going to get me something to eat from American Deli, me and my friend. And this guy walked up to me while I was on the phone with Kareem, was like, what's your name? I was like, and I had to think about it real quick because I didn't want to say my real name. I was like, oh, it's Mulan. He was like, oh, you on that show? I was like, yeah, I'm on that show. So it's just like, people do actually be recognizing this, but it still be like surreal for me because I just be like, don't nobody watch this show.
Yeah.
Not that's going to see me, but you'd be surprised. Like, people really be knowing me. And that's weird to me, honestly, because I'm like, so it's just like, it's weird to me.
Okay. Has any relationships between like family and friends changed since the show has aired? Have you lost any friends, gained any new ones?
I would say gain some from the show
Okay.
that are on the show in that aspect because I'm not a friendly person, honestly. So I have not lost any though. No, lost no family and friends. Like my mom watches the show and sometimes she had to stop watching because she don't get how TV works. So she
Yeah.
just be like, what they say? She'll call me and she be like, what did that girl just say to you? She said she was gonna do it. I'm like, girl, mom, please calm down. She's not gonna do nothing. It's okay. You ain't gotta worry about it. But no, I
Okay.
haven't lost any friends. Only friends I have gained is from the show. Like for me, it's weird if you bring up the show to me and you have nothing to do with the show. Like, don't DM me on Instagram. Like, how, okay, David, Bubs, like, y'all have tagged me, or like, I've seen y'all stuff, and I'll be like, oh, X, Y, and Z. Like, we could talk about the show. I don't want a random person DMing me, hey, I think you're cute. I watch you on the show, blocked, because I don't want to talk about the show. I don't want to talk about the show. Like, if you tag me in a story that of you, like, watching the episode, okay, I'll reshare that. But don't DM me trying to talk to me and saying, oh, yeah, I watch you on the show. I don't want to, no, I don't like that. It's just like, what are your intentions? Are you trying to talk to me because I'm cute? Or you want to talk to me because of the show? Which one is it?
Right.
Because I'm not bringing you on. Because I actually had a whole boyfriend half of season 2, and you didn't see him on one episode. So it's like, yeah, what's your intention?
Okay. Okay. And then this is my last question for you. If you had a magic wand and you can wave it and you can change one quality about yourself, which quality would that be?
Damn. I would say, I don't know if it's a quality. Is procrastination a quality? That's not is that a quality?
Yeah. Yeah. That's a quality.
It's not a quality, is it? It
Yeah.
is? Okay,
Yeah.
yes. I procrastinate too much. I would definitely, if I would stop procrastinating with certain things, I would probably be so much further in my career. I procrastinate too much. And, I know the problem, still trying to figure out how to fix the problem. But that's like one of my main issues. If I could stop procrastinating, you wouldn't be able to do shit with me. It would be over
Okay.
with.
Nice. Nice. Thank you for your time. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Okay, now we're about to end this interview, but before we get out of here, really quickly, Milan, you said you got your body done earlier, right?
Yes.
What part of your body exactly did you get done?
Well, you know what I got done, and Buzz know what I got done too.
I don't know.
Because he always,
I don't think the people know. I think we want to what you got done? What?
so I got a BBL, which is where you get a fat transfer. So I got lipo 360, and I got it transferred to my butt and hips. But I got it natural, so it's like if I didn't say it, you would never know. But you know that my ass is fat, so it's like but you would just think it's natural.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't know that. I couldn't tell. So.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah. So oh, I'm sorry. What you saying?
no, go continue. I'm sorry. I'm listening.
Oh, it was
what?
nothing major. It was nothing
Okay.
major. It's fine.
What if any is your issue with T-Page T Spiller? I saw you say in a live he's always talking about things that he knows nothing about.
Mm-hmm. So my thing with T Spiller is like he'll say something. The way he says it, you'll think he knows this information firsthand. But then when someone comes on and said the person that's involved in it comes on and says something to him about it, he's like, "Oh, well, that's just what I heard. I didn't know if it was true or not. So why are you speaking on it?" It's like I get having your opinion, but I feel like it's about how you say it. Like I can say, "Oh yeah, I think TTB does, 6 hour after shows or whatever, but he just come in and be like, yeah, they be doing that shit X, Y, Z. Like he comes in as if he knows this information is so true. Like how he said on one of the lives that you know what? Yeah, I won't go too deep. But yeah, that's the gist of it. Did that answer your question or you need a little more details?
Yeah, give me some more details.
Stop holding back, Malone. Yeah, stop holding back.
Um, like there was a situation where I think it was Dre Simber. I think it was on your live TTV. Dre Simber had said that he heard from T Spiller that Leon and I had fucked. So I had went on his live and I was like, "Where did you get this information from?" Because I have never fucked Leon. And that's just like the honest truth. But it's like the way you say stuff, it comes off as if you know this information is 100% true. But then when somebody says something about you, like it's like you backpedal a little bit, and that's fine. But don't backpedal with me because like I don't have no issues with you. So it's just like speak your opinions on the show on things that happen on the show, but don't do too much because I think the situation you're referring to was he was like it looks like I set them up, which everybody was saying that, but it was like the way he said it. He was like, "Well, if I was his mom, he was like, it makes Mulan look real messy because like you had the bug coming in your house." I'm just like, they knew he was there. Production told them that Darian was in my house before they even came. I did not know that they even knew until the fucking reunion. I knew that Anthony knew because I told Anthony I was like, I don't want y'all to feel set up. So Darian is here in the back. He's not gonna come out, but I didn't know that production had told Judy and Messiah. So it's like we had already talked about that on the show and said it, but then you got on live like 2-3 days after and was like, yeah, Milan was messy as fuck because how he ain't do X, Y, and Z. And it's just like, I know you saw. So you saw where I said that they already knew he was there. So it's just like, why did you do that? I don't know. I don't get it. But I don't have no issues with him, because I guess you're doing your job at T-Page, but, we don't get to speak on anything that he's doing because we don't know who he is.
Okay. Really quickly, word association. I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna say a name about every cast member. Just give me one word, okay?
Okay.
Darion,
Hothead.
Dion,
Crazy.
Messiah,
Messiah. I don't know. Messiah. Outspoken in ways that y'all probably didn't get to see. I'll say that. Outspoken.
Judy,
Mother in certain aspects. Like me and Judy's more of, the tear me and her relationship at the reunion. But me and Judy have like a really good understanding of each other. Like we respect each other as, hairstylists and X, Y, and Z. And she's just poured into me in a lot of ways. Like after the reunion, we went out and she just gave me a lot of words of wisdom, you could say. So I would say mother.
Quay,
Goofy, but I love Quay.
Anthony,
Workaholic. Every time I get on his page, he's working.
honorary cast member Leon,
Not honorary. A great cook. Like I'm not gonna
Karan,
a boss.
and last but not least, yourself.
Oh, me. I don't know. A word that describes me. It's not a word. A work in progress.
Okay,
It's more
damn,
than one
Milan,
word.
you don't know a lot of things, boo. I don't know. That's all you keep saying. I don't
I
know.
don't know because it just be like I be having so many thoughts going on. I just be having to make sure it comes off correctly.
Well, happy belated 25th birthday.
Thank you.
We saw them legs
Yeah,
spread open in that
child.
photo shoot, child. Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
always naked for my birthday photo shoot. I don't think I'm ever gonna have on clothes for a birthday photo shoot. I'm always gonna be naked some kind of way.
Thank you so much for being a guest on the panel.
Thank you for having me.
Ladies and gentlemen, you guys can catch Mulan on the latest season of the Come Up Atlanta, which is available on the Gemini Films YouTube channel. And make sure you order from his luxury hairline at houseofmulan.com. Period. And with that being said, we are all out this bitch. Happy Sunday Fun Day, everybody. Bye.
Thank you.